Okay, guys, today we are going to talk about two academic terms called deconstruction and analysis. And we call these academic terms because they are tasks that students are asked to complete to do one of two things: to either show what they know or to learn a new skill. Okay? And so what that means is that they're actions. Okay? Academic terms, academic vocabulary are things that you do to either show what you know or to learn something new. Okay? So, that being said, the two academic terms that we're going to talk about today are deconstruct and analyze. And deconstruction is actually a part of analysis. It's sort of a before you analyze. But if we look at the word deconstruct, right, we can break it down into its pieces. And D means to undo, construct means to build. Okay, so we're literally breaking something into its pieces. Okay, when we analyze, we take those broken pieces and then we explain, okay, what's there? Why is it there? What does it do? What is it good for? What else can it be used for? That's where we compare and contrast, okay? So you can't analyze anything until you deconstruct it, but there are times that just deconstructing is helpful. And both of these strategies are good strategies for close reading, okay? And remember, with close reading, we're really looking deeply at a story to gain understanding, okay? It's not something that we're going to read and forget. It's really all about gaining a deeper understanding about the story, all right? So if I, am looking at this Oreo cookie here, and I say that we're going to deconstruct the Oreo cookie, okay? That means we're going to break it into its pieces. So you have this outside part here, and you have this inside part here. So to deconstruct it, you have two cookies, and we're not describing them in any way. You have two cookies and one blob or lump of cream, okay? That's deconstruction. All we did was break it into its pieces, okay? Now, if I'm going to take the same cookie and I'm going to analyze it. Oops, I'm still on the eraser. I'm going to analyze it. That means I'm going to go more deeply than just breaking it into its pieces. So let's start talking about the cookie, okay? And we can even make a little T-chart here. Okay, here's my two pieces. I have cookies and I have cream. So let's talk about some properties, some descriptors of the cookie. Well, the cookie is chocolate. Okay, when I touch the cookie, it's hard. Okay, if I tried to bite the cookie, it would break. It's very crunchy. Okay, so these are all descriptors, and you notice they're all adjectives too. Now, chocolate can be a noun, okay, but chocolate can also function as an adjective. So when we do vocabulary in the classroom, and I always make you do the parts of speech, it's not to be mean. I mean, maybe, just kidding. But it's not to be mean, it's because you need to understand the parts of speech or how some words can function as more than one part of speech, and this is why. Okay, so these are all descriptors. They're adjectives. So let's look for some descriptors with the cream, okay? Well, the cream is supposed to be vanilla flavored. It's kind of an odd vanilla. It never tasted like vanilla to me, but the cream is very soft, okay? A lot of people like to break the cookie open and then scrape the cream off with their bottom two teeth because it's really soft. You can do that. And it is smooth in texture. Okay, so now we have these same descriptive adjectives for the cream. This right here is basic analysis. All right, basic analysis. Now, I can take my analysis a step further, and there's lots and lots of ways that you can sort of organize your analysis. But we're going to take this a step farther in a way that you are familiar. We can get a good old Venn diagram going. And I could put cookie here, I could put cream here. Okay? But what you'll notice is that look at these descriptors. Chocolate and vanilla are opposites. Soft and hard, opposites. Smooth and crunchy, opposites. Okay? So when we start talking about opposites, so when we think about the cookie, right, we have opposites. We have the cream and the chocolate, and they are both opposite from the other. So why? Why did the makers use opposites and ram them together in one cookie? Well, you get balance, right? You have this nice balanced taste with the cookie, all right? Asking these kind of questions, that is a deeper level of analysis. Questioning is an analytical strategy, okay? And we're not to analytical strategies yet, but we'll get there. But this is an analytical strategy. If we go back to our Venn diagram, I could put my Oreo here and a Chips Ahoy on this side. And of course, when we do a Venn diagram, this section here, right, is what is the same. And these sections are what is different. Okay, so now I'm going from my basic deconstruction and my low level analysis, and I'm comparing this to something else that I'm familiar with. Okay, this is that third step of the close read strategy. I'm comparing it to other things. I'm contrasting it to other things. This is higher level analysis. Okay, so these are things that we're going to be doing with reading. Okay, not just because I like to talk about cookies. Okay, but we're going to be doing these skills with reading. We're going to be looking at deconstruction. We're going to be looking at analysis. Okay, and then we're going to start asking questions and answering them. And we'll use our text evidence to support our claims. Okay, so maybe I go back to the package, the back of the package, and I pull something from the back of the package to support, why I think the opposites give it balance, or my comparison and contrast, why I think those results are the way they are. Okay, so these are all skills that we're going to be using, and these are academic terms. Okay, analysis, questioning, Venn diagram, even comparison, contrast, T-charts. Okay, these are all skills and strategies that we're going to be using in reading. But today we've talked about them with a topic that you are familiar so that you can acclimate yourself to these skills and strategies and then start practicing them in the reading.